Pardon, people, are you free now? Are you free now,
Yes,
or
yes,
I should call you later? You're free?
yes. I
Okay.
figured out everything. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, fine.
okay, and
I'm
one
not
moment. So,
introducing anyone
so I have
because
he.
I think all of us
Yeah.
know.
You introduced me to share. Let me see. Oh, okay. The window. Okay, I get it. So here, can you see? Okay, this. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, we can see.
Yeah, okay. Um, okay. So
Something is coming, I guess.
okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can see you.
Yeah.
We can see the.
Okay. Yeah. So I was very shocked to hear that Professor Kenichi Morita that he died suddenly, especially because last year we still met him. I invited him to give a talk in our laboratory, and so I'm extremely sad to know that he passed away. Let me go to our first meeting we had. It was um, around 1998, and I remember it was some workshop on cellular automata, and it was in Japan. And I remember that I was quite anxious to meet him because he was at that time already quite famous, very famous in cellular automata. And I was a bit scared because at that time I was just starting out in cellular automata. So I didn't know what to expect, but I went to him and to exchange business cards, which is the custom in Japan. And I was struck by how kind he was. He was very open, and even for a beginner like me, he was extremely open. And yeah, I find it very nice to meet him, to have a first meeting with him. So that was the first meeting. Um, then well, I think we met a few times afterwards, and then around the year 2K, I wanted to create my own group in NICT, National Institute of Information and Communications Technology. And so I was at the time in the nanotechnology group, and we wanted to make a group of nanocomputing. So to use computer science and to design computer architecture based on molecules and nanostructures. So I needed to find the people who were good, excellent students. So obviously I went to Professor Morita Sensei. Maybe I should call him Kenichi. And so he introduced me to his PhD student, Giali, who was then in his last year. And yeah, so Giali turned out to be an excellent student. He's, I think, also now in this meeting, and he's now a professor at the Chongqing University. So it was very kind of him, of Kenichi, to introduce me to his student, and especially an excellent student. So I won't go through all the meetings that I had with him, but just some things that I clearly remember. Um, in that was I remember that in 2004 he invited me to give lectures at his universities about nanocomputing, and so very kindly he invited me for that. And I remember my preparation ran very late, so I arrived very late in the evening. I went by car there to Hiroshima from Kobe, so it took a few hours. And he really waited very late in the office for me. I felt very guilty at the time, but he was very kind to me. And I also remember that the second day we went out eating together with Imai-san, and that was the first time that I ate raw horse meat. That is a specialty in Japan, and so I remember that very clearly. During my interactions with him, I think, well, he visited us quite a few times at NICT, especially during the nanotechnology, the nanocomputing period. And so we were very interested in his research, reversibility, because power consumption was so important in nanocomputing. But we also had another theme in nanocomputing, and that was asynchronicity. And asynchronicity also helps very much in reducing power consumption. So what we we sought to combine both, so reversibility and asynchronicity. And so if you do that, then you open a whole can of worms, because all the reversibility kind of definitions don't hold anymore when you consider asynchronicity. Anyway, so I write here 2008, but already from 2000, we worked together with him, and especially with the group I had at the time, that was Lee-san, Jia and Susumu Adachi. So with the three, we met him. Sometimes we invited him to, especially to Kobe. And that he gave us very interesting suggestions, very nice suggestions, and very good insights, because it was completely new topic. And it turned out one of the topics that he was doing, and especially the rotary element, actually that qualified as a model that could be asynchronous and reversible at the same time. And the secret was that there is only one signal in it. So then it doesn't matter whether you're asynchronous or not. But that was a very interesting and good insight. Now, 2009, unfortunately, I don't have a picture of Kenichi at the International Workshop of Natural Computing, but these are pictures taken by him. And so I would like to share those, because maybe it shows something from his mind, from his viewpoint, so how he saw the workshop. So the workshop was opened, and so the first day we had some a nice lunch at the workshop in a nice environment. And so we have Hiroshi and Suzuki-san. We are in the restaurant here. Hiroshi Umio.
Ferdinand, sorry to interrupt you. We
Yeah?
are not able to see the slides moving. Are you moving the slides?
Yeah, I'm moving slides. You can't see the slides?
Oh, no.
We
Okay.
see,
Have
we
to share
see the
complete screen.
interview.
You see what?
You have to share the complete screen, full screen, entire screen. Then only it will be visible. The slides movement are not visible.
Oh. So let me try again.
Yeah, please try once more. Just share entire screen. Then if you do the slideshow, we'll be able to see the slides movement.
Oh, the entire screen. Okay, the entire
Yes,
screen.
entire.
Maybe that's better. So can you? Oh, so can you see it now?
Yes, yes. Now we can see.
Okay. So now I do full screen. You can see the full screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Okay. So then
Thanks.
that is International Workshop of Natural Computing that we organized in Himeji in Japan. And that was in 2009. And these are pictures taken by Kenichi himself. And so you see here the opening and in the right, you see the restaurant, the lunch we ate on the first day of the workshop. And here, this is the same lunch with Hiroshi Omio and Suzuki-san. And some pictures of that. We are in the Kokoen, the Japanese garden next to Himeji Castle. So, okay, these are pictures taken by Kenichi. So you kind of look through his eyes now. So here's the castle of Himeji, and on the right there is the banquet we had in the evening of I think it was the second day. So yeah, that was a very nice workshop, and of course Kenichi was also an invited speaker there. Then another event I remember clearly, that is the International Conference on Networking and Computing. That was in 2012. That was in Okinawa. Later, this workshop was named AFCA, Applied Applications and Fundamentals of Cell Automata, but I think this name was later changed again. But anyway, this was then a nice workshop. I remember that, and it was kind of in honor of Kenichi. So yeah, he held a talk there an invited talk on reversible computing systems, logic circuits, and cellular automata. That was a very nice memory I had from him. And now, the last time I met him, that was in May 2024. It's not May 2025, it's May 2024. So he visited us at that time. And especially, I have now, I'm in a project of spintronics and using kind of reversible type, asynchronous reversible type of models in spintronics. And especially those are what we call Brownian computing. So together with Lee-san, and I developed the concept of Brownian circuits. Of course, Brownian computing was already there, proposed by Bennett. But Brownian circuit was a new concept, and that arose directly from asynchronicity and reversibility. And Kenichi was also very instrumental in advising us and giving his opinions on that. And so I had a postdoc, still I have, the Nakada-san, and he was very interested in reversibility, and especially in the research of Morita sensei. So we invited him to our lab, and so he gave a talk, and I give some fragments of the talk, and especially in which he appears, because I mean it was the last time I saw him, and maybe Okay, so here. Yeah, so this is where he talks in Japanese here. Now I skip to another part of the video, and that kind of shows something about his character. That is here. So he was, of course, he was a very warm personality. I found him, and he was always very helpful. He didn't speak much about his personal life so much, but I felt that he was a very helpful and warm personality. And but he also was a very rational and systematic person. So well, of course, for a researcher, especially in computer science, it's a very good character point. And so this slide shows something about that. So he very systematically investigated some elements, some switching elements, which could be used in asynchronous and reversible computation. Another one I get, so these are only 24. When we go a little bit further, and he goes, yeah, here. And here he has another one for 4 symbols. He had 82 representatives. And he went on to investigate those very systematically. Of course, he also asked some students to investigate one element for their master thesis and so on. But one by one, he investigated their the computational universality. And I think that shows very much how systematic he was. And yeah. So then the last one I want to show is his famous rotary element. So I think I am the wrong point of this. So I may not be able to find the rotary element. So these are already the concluding remarks. Yeah, here. Okay, so here. Okay, so this is the rotary element. He had the simulation of that. And so this was an element that he proposed very early much earlier in his career, but it turns out to be an extremely useful element for asynchronous reversible computation. And yeah, so with that, I would like to finish my memory of him. I remember him as a very nice person, and I was extremely shocked when I heard that he passed away. And with that, yeah, I would like to thank him for everything he did for us.
Thank you, Ferdinand. Thank you so much for sharing all these memories. And I also got kind of emotional. So yeah, because last year we also had the online talk in understanding reversibility. We approached Kenichi Morita sir, and he agreed. And although he looked little bit older than what we have seen before, but we never thought he will he will not be there in another year. Just before your visit to your lab, he gave us a talk. In April, he gave us a talk.
Yes.
And we never thought at that time also he was so particular in everything, systemically building up everything from the scratch and showing us a simulation. So it was really devastating to know. Okay, maybe we can see some part of his simulations that was always part of his talk. He will be building everything on Golly, and it will be showing that actually it works. Everything
Yes.
it will be like a chip. He will be building up everything and show that it actually works. That was a kind of a trait of Kenichi Morita's talk. Always it will be there. It was
Yes.
always nice to see.
So when he showed all those simulations, that he had this extremely complex simulations, complex
Yes.
structures, and they all worked. And then we
Yeah.
always laughed. We laughed about it because how can you build such?
Yes,
That must have been
such complex
extremely
things.
time-consuming to make it. And he always laughed with us.
Yes.
So he had a kind of
Yes.
devilish humor about it. That yeah. And he is a little bit proud about that he could make that.
Yeah.
And so we always
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there is a sense of beauty in the way he will be structuring those elements. So if you see from the abstract side, it will be looking very beautiful. If you go
Yeah.
into details, it is the individual elements will be there. But from the overview, it is artistic. There is a sense of symmetry, artistic sense is there in that building up of the structure. It was very beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'd like to ask Subruto, can you play one small clip for us?
To ask who?
Part of his. No, I'm asking Subruto to play some
Okay.
part of
Yeah.
the simulation.
Yeah. Sure.
With a single particle pattern. There is a single particle. Okay, can you see? And watch how it evolves in ETPCA 0347 by a simulation movie. But please note that an animation movie may not be seen smoothly if the network speed is not sufficiently high. Okay, anyway, I started.
Subruto, can you go into the simulation part in Golly where
Can you
he'll be
see?
building? This is a simulation movie. He will be showing us the part also.
Yes.
From the rotary element, building up the RLM and showing the universal commutability, that part's also he shown us in one of the talks. I remember very clearly. Maybe we'll go into this. So for Ferdinand, anyone wants to ask any questions? I interrupted him probably. Anyone want to ask any questions? I think Ferdinand here was also showing some of the components that is used in this talk also. I think he was.
Yeah. So this is one of the. I think he built the rotary. Normally, what he did, he built rotary elements from these elements, and that
Yes.
by that he could then prove the and not only the reversibility but also computational universality.
Computational universality. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Subruto, can you play? Yes. So yes, here it is. Some part of his.
This is a configuration of RLM 431 in the cellular space of ETPCA.
It's a very clever use of this
Around the center of this pattern, there
1
is
and
a
0 comments using the configurations of C.
pin. Okay.
And he'll be writing
Rotating,
the comments,
like
some
this,
lines,
okay.
accept, reject.
Now
Those will
it
be
is
written in the configurations of
the
C.
lower position.
That
Therefore,
always I found it
it is
so
assumed
interesting.
that this element is stay in the state 0. And glider signal is given from this input port, in this case, the input port. Okay. There are many term modules. They are needed to adjust. Oh, okay. This is fin is pulled. Okay, to adjust the timing and direction. Then it is pushed. In this way, the state is changed from 0 to 1. Okay. And finally, the signal goes out from W output. Okay. Anyway, all the 8 cases can be checked by this configuration. Okay. It properly simulates the RM 431.
Thank you, Subrata.